welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, welcome. My name is Vanessa. So in today's video, I'm going to be talking about some of the products from the Too Faced Pretty Rich collection. So today I have with me the palette, the Pretty Rich palette, and one of the glosses. First up, let's talk about the palette. This is what the packaging looks like. On the back, you have all the shades, the names, and it has like a little description. It says, this captivating collection of 16 ultra luxe shades of vivid glitter, creamy mattes, opulent shimmers, and precious pearls can be layered in infinite ways to mimic the multifaceted beauty of real diamonds. The 4 diamond-shaped pressed gel glitter shadows, which I'll show you guys in a second, are specially created to minimize glitter fallout so your eyes stay dazzling with breathtaking intensity. So they have a Too Faced tip here, and they say prime lids with Too Faced glitter glue for best results. Use your finger when applying the pressed gel glitter formula. So once you open it, in here, as usual with all Too Faced palettes, you get a little booklet with looks you can create with a palette. This is the actual palette. It's so pretty. It looks like those jewelry boxes that have like those really expensive necklaces. I don't know, I've only seen them on the movies and TV shows, never in person. You get a little mirror right here, and all your 16 shades down here. I did swatch them all for you guys. So you get 8 shimmers, 4 mattes, and 4 glitters in this palette. I did use them today to create this look, so you guys will see that further along in the video. If you want, you can just skip to that, you know, I ain't stopping you. So the shades blend really nicely into each other. They're very pigmented, very buttery, very easy to blend. The glitters, I was actually pretty impressed. I've never used pressed glitters before, and there was very minimal fallout. There was very minimal fallout with the glitters and with the other shades, so that's pretty good. I do have some concerns though, which I do advise you guys to keep in mind if you're planning on getting this palette. So my number one concern is actually if you're my skin tone or deeper, there's technically no transition shade for you, and that freaking sucks. I managed to use this shade as a transition shade. Not this one, sorry, this one. What am I doing? This one, this matte right here. It looks tan in the pan, but it's actually like a peachy shade. But it's very, very light, very similar to my skin tone. Like, I used it on my eyes, and you can only see it because I had the P. Louise eyeshadow base, and that's way lighter than my skin tone. But when I used it on my under eyes, you could not see it because I didn't put the base on my under eyes. So it looked exactly like my skin tone, which is a complete letdown, honestly. So I would say this was a palette probably made with a fair-skinned person in mind, which I'm not surprised because y'all know how the beauty community be. So I will say, if you are my skin tone or deeper and you still want this palette, I would say make sure you have like another palette with lots of neutral shades that work on your skin tone, because this right here ain't it. I mean, don't get me wrong, it's still a very beautiful palette, but it's just sad it doesn't have a good transition shade. Now with the glitters, that was my other concern. I've never used pressed glitters before, and they do say on the instructions to use the Too Faced glitter primer. I used the NYX glitter primer because that's all I have, and the glitter did crease on my eyes. I don't know if you guys can see on camera, but it did crease quite quickly. Like, I haven't even had this makeup on for an hour, so that was very concerning. I don't know if you use their glitter, maybe this won't happen. I don't know, which sucks because the glitters are actually very, very pretty. All the shades in here are really pretty. Just, it depends on whether they're gonna work on you or not. I don't want to say whether I recommend this palette or not, because it's not a bad palette. It's really not. You would just have to take into consideration certain things, like I already said, you know, transition shades and the glitters. I don't know if maybe it was just this glitter that creases, or if it was because of the primer situation that I mentioned. I'm gonna keep trying it out. I'm gonna try out the other glitters, see what happens. We shall see. Now onto the gloss, which is actually what I was the most excited about because I love glosses. So this is the Too Faced Rich and Dazzling High Shine Sparkling Lip Gloss. And it says here, get rich quick, rich in shine, rich in color, rich in dazzle. Each twinkling shade of this dazzling gloss wraps your lips in luxurious dimension. The combination of light reflecting glitters in this comfortable formula enriched with natural oils gives you a lip experience so rich and indulgent you'll feel like you're dripping in diamonds. Okay, girl. So I am wearing it right now. I got the shade, what is this? All the Stars. And this is such a beautiful gloss. It has like pink and blue and purple reflex. I'll show you guys a swatch of it. It is very comfortable on the lips. I applied a lot and honestly it does not feel like I have a lot of lip gloss on. It feels very comfortable. Oh my gosh, it smells delicious. It smells like vanilla. Like I just want to eat it. And the packaging, oh my gosh, it's so cute. This is Too Faced right here. It has a cute little heart. It's just very classy. And you know what? This actually reminds me of like Sailor Moon. I don't know why. Like it just gives me major Sailor Moon vibes. It's so pretty. So yeah, if you guys want to see how I got this look and my experience using the palette and the gloss, make sure you keep on watching. To be completely honest, I don't even know where to begin because right off the bat, like I can see that the transition shades in this palette are not good for my skin tone. I'm gonna make it work, but that's disappointing. I'm gonna try this shade called It's Cashmere. It's sort of like a tan, like a very light tan shade. It might just look just like my skin tone, so we'll see. So this is what the shadow looks like. On my eyes, it actually looks very peachy, which I was not expecting, to be honest. It's a nice color, don't get me wrong. It's just not the color I was expecting. There really isn't any other shade in this palette that is even like a tiny bit deeper than this one. So I'm just gonna go straight into this reddish brown and it's called Oh That's Rich. I like the names in this palette. Hopefully I can make this work. So this is what we're looking like so far. I actually think this looks pretty good. Next up, I'm gonna go all over my lid with this pink shade right here called Highly Selective. I do not like the way this is applying with a brush. This is such a unique shade. I feel like I've never seen a shade like this before. I applied some NYX glitter primer and now I'm going to go into this pink glitter right here called Diamond Glitter, and I'm gonna apply that with my finger. So this is what her eyes are looking like. I can already see some creasing where the glitter is. I don't know why. I use glitter primer. I've never used pressed glitters before, so I don't know if it could just be because it's pressed, or maybe I put too much, maybe I didn't put enough. I don't know. But now we're gonna move on to foundation. I'm using the Too Faced Born This Way in the shade Praline. For concealer, I'm going to go into the Huda Beauty Overachiever Concealer in the shade Sugar Biscuit. I set my face off camera. I'm a little bit concerned because the glitter has creased even more. I'm gonna add a little more and see what happens. I'm just gonna observe it. On the instructions, it does say to use ooh, look, can you guys see that? Look, oh my gosh. On the instructions, it does say to use the Too Faced glitter primer, but I don't have that, so I used the NYX one that I own. I don't know if that could be why, that this isn't the correct glitter primer for this glitter. That could be a possibility. So to finish off the eyes, I'm using this NYX retractable liner in the shade brown, and I'm gonna apply that all over my waterline. So I'm gonna go over that with the same brown shade we used earlier. I'm just setting this liner. I'm gonna blend that out with the same transition shade we used. Honestly, you can't even see that shade. It's like the same color as my skin. Now to highlight my inner corners, I'm gonna go into this gold shade right here called Don't Care It At All. I actually really like the way this eye look turned out, despite the whole creasing, which is still happening even after I applied that second layer. But yeah, right now we're going to bronze. I'm gonna use the NYX Medium Matte Bronzer. Now I'm gonna go into my Tarte Party Blush. Now I'm gonna go into the Too Faced Peach Tinsel Highlighter. I love this highlighter. It's honestly so blinding and it smells like peaches. I didn't get any of the highlighters in the collection because I swatched the only one that caught my eye in person, the Canary Diamond, which was like a pink shade, but it also had like gold reflex in it. And to be honest, it's just like you have to dig your finger in there to get intensity, which made me believe that, you know, when I apply it on my face, I'm gonna have to layer it for it to show up how I want it to show up. I prefer blinding highlighters. If you prefer more of a natural highlight, I would definitely recommend going for the ones in the Pretty Rich collection, but they just weren't doing it for me. So I lined my lips using the NYX Auburn eyeliner, and now I'm gonna go into the Honey Lipstick by Anastasia Beverly Hills. Now for the part that I was the most excited about, the lip gloss. I was actually more excited about the lip gloss than the palette. I love lip gloss. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. So that is it for this review / demo. Thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Turn on your post notifications so that you're notified every time that I upload. Don't forget to follow me on Instagram, and I'll see you guys next time.